After doom scrolling on Instagram for 48 hours, let's go back to the Atlanta Falcons to give a final recap for the last 3 games because something came back from the dead that I did not expect, like The Undertaker. Arizona Cardinals. After going down 10-0 late into the first quarter, the Falcons came back and beat the Cardinals 26-19. No one really cares about the Cardinals, let's be honest, so we're moving past this one. There's not really anything to really talk about. Next team, the Los Angeles Rams. Fuck. Run, Bijan! Run! Somehow the Falcons beat the Los Angeles Rams. This was the one game that I did not want to win because I knew there was a slight chance that Arthur Blank would look at this result and be like, yup, that's it. That's exactly what we need next season. We need Raheem Morris back for a 3rd year. It's like putting gasoline on an extinguished fire. You're only reviving the problem once again. And then week 18, probably the funniest situation in NFC South history. The Bucks and Panthers played a day before the Falcons did. So winner of that game didn't win the division. It was kind of all dependent on what happened between the Falcons and the Saints. And to sum up that entire shenanigan, basically Falcons win, Bryce Young goes to the playoffs, and Saints win, Baker Mayfield and the Bucks go to the playoff. We won, so congrats Bryce Young. Yeah, bitch! I'm a weak-ass cry! Congratulations Bryce Young. I will continue hate watching next season because there's no fucking way you managed to shit on us again. The third year I started doing these videos, there's no fucking way that he's definitely become like a main staple of the YouTube channel by accident. By pure ass whooping, he has forced his way into being a fucking staple point of this YouTube channel. Bryce Young really has added on to that like lore of whatever this is. 8-9, 8-9, 8-9. This is the funniest division ever. It doesn't make sense. A season over, finished 8-9. Once again, no playoffs for the 8th straight year. He managed to pull a win streak out of his ass, and that probably saved his job, right? Surprise! Surprise! Oh! Nope. Raheem was fired, and honestly, I did not expect Raheem to actually get fired. And I feel like I have to put this out like every single time. I don't think Raheem Morris is a bad person. I don't think that. I think every single time I've talked about the guy in like a very bad way because he actually can't coach. I think Raheem Morris can work as a defensive coordinator. I just do not think he can work as a head coach. Because after 2 years of watching the Heem at work, it isn't really the greatest thing ever. Timeouts, stupid easy shit that simple NFL coaches should be able to do. The main requirement for an NFL coach should be to be able to call timeouts properly. It shocks me that NFL teams still have this problem because Madden players have more efficient time management skills than NFL coaches who get paid millions. This is not only a Raheem Morris problem, this is an NFL problem because Matt Eberflus, when he was with the Bears or whatever the fuck, I even talked about this because it related to the Falcons. He didn't call a timeout when the Bears were playing, I want to say the Lions or whatever, but basically, yeah, he should have called a timeout and kind of fucked it up. And the play actually almost worked. After the Cardinals game, it was reported that the Falcons hired a consulting firm called Sportology to find out why they were being so ass for the past 8 years or whatever. Sportology decided that Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot, the general manager, aka Mr. Double Agent, and Rich McKay were out of the team. Wow! Fuck Rich McKay. Rich McKay is actually a genuinely big problem for like the Atlanta Falcons. Because he runs like the operations. He's like a main reason why Arthur Blank gets a lot of play in Atlanta, I guess. That's what I like figured out and read. Yeah, he finally got his ass kicked out. Thank fucking Christ, Jesus. Because there was at one point that Arthur Blank was saying Rich McKay is not involved in the football operations of the Atlanta Falcons or whatever. And then ESPN showed Rich McKay sitting right next to Arthur Blank watching the Rams game. It's like, all right, bro. If he's not involved in football operations, then I don't shit out of my ass then, I guess. The only thing that I hoped during the entire execution of the coaching staff was that Jeff Ulbrich was to stay. The news dropped that Jeff Ulbrich was signing as a defensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons. I did not have the greatest reaction of all time. I'll find it somewhere. I remember giving a not good reaction. This is like Bin Laden getting killed by the Obama administration. Jimmy Lake is gone. Hopefully our next defensive coordinator is better. I don't oh my fucking god, I don't know if this is good. And the reason why I want Ulbrich to stay is because he completely proved me wrong. Look, I don't mind getting proven wrong. I don't know why people assume getting proven wrong is a bad thing, especially if it works in your favor. Jeff Ulbrich managed to fix the non-existent pass rush of the 2024 Atlanta Falcons. The total amount of sacks that the Falcons had in the 2024 season was 31. They were second to last. And at one point it was so bad before the Chargers game. There was a massive difference between last place and second to last place. And it was only because of the Chargers game where we where we fucked up Herbert, but then we lost the game because Kirk Cousins decided to throw 4 interceptions. Thank you, Kirk Cousins, for that, by the way. News dropped. We're keeping Ulbrich. My white stallion stays on the team. Okay, so this is where the video has to go like time travel a little bit back, because it is important to talk about the past so that it is much better understood in the present. During the 2025 NFL draft, Shedeur Sanders, son of former Atlanta Falcons player Deion fucking Sanders, got a call from somebody claiming to be the New Orleans general manager and told him that they were gonna draft him, but that he had to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It was obvious that it was a prank call, and it came out later that the prank call was recorded. The people behind the prank call were identified, and you would never guess who was responsible for that entire thing. Jeff Ulbrich's son! When the prank call incident happened, I was genuinely terrified. I thought we were about to get the shit kicked out of us, because the offseason before that, when we signed Kirk Cousins kind of talked a lot too much, and we lost draft picks. So I was scared that we were gonna get like German suplexed to hell. The Falcons got hit with a $250,000 fine, and Jeff Ulbrich had to pay $100,000 in his own money. So yeah. Can we get Jeff Ulbrich that money back? Imagine losing 100K. Why am I talking about Shedeur Sanders? Well, it is because Shedeur Sanders got drafted to the Cleveland Browns, which at the time were being coached by Kevin Stefanski. Shedeur got drafted to that, ended up in the QB room that included Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, and Dillon Gabriel, who the Browns also drafted in the same draft. They drafted him in the 3rd round. And the only way the entire problem in Cleveland could be summarized, why was Dillon Gabriel starting at all? I'm not saying Shedeur is like a god or whatever, but I'm saying he's at least better than Dillon Gabriel. The Falcons had their choices of potential head coaches, and they added Matt Ryan to help with that when they hired him as the president of football. You're supposed to lead the searches for both the open head coach and GM roles, or have oversight, blah, 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 blah. Just save my franchise again, please, little bro. Please, just save me. We suck again without you. Please, I'm tired. I can't do a 3rd year of this. Those choices included people such as Clint Kubiak. I am a part of the Clint Kubiak clan. John Harbaugh, Mike McDaniel, Antonio Pierce, and Kevin Stefanski. No! Just when I completely forget about the Shedeur incident, the entire cult decides to hit the Atlanta Falcons with the meanest blitz of all time. When Mr. Stephen got hired, it brought out some of the most brain dead football takes in humanity ever, in human history. You could have told me a whole year ago that Raheem Morris would get fired as the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons and somehow get shooters to defend them. The world just keeps surprising me in many ways. I will never understand. People were saying outrageous things to defend Raheem Morris. And once again, as a person that did not even want Mr. Stephen to get hired as head coach of the Falcons, no way we were going to keep Raheem Morris. And I'm going to add on to that. We lost 30-0 to Bryce Young and the Panthers. That was embarrassing. I didn't even make a video about that. We made Bryce Young look like Tom Brady in both of those games. Also lost to One-Eye Tua Tagovailoa. The Falcons also lost to the Jets. We should have lost to the Bucks on the last time we faced them on, what is it, like Thursday Night Football, but Raheem Morris somehow pulled a game out of his ass. 19 penalties. I don't know how we won that game. Like, this season of football of the Falcons was genuinely one of the worst football seasons I've ever watched. It's not even because like they were bad. It was just the potential that you knew they had that they did not achieve. It was annoying. We got fucked by Sam Darnold, and then we got eliminated by week 14 in the division where the winner was 8-9. I just want one season where I can talk shit. I just want one season. That's all I ask. I just want one season, and I don't think next season is gonna be any different. Stefanski doesn't really have the greatest history with Baker Mayfield. He got hoed. Baker got hoed. Orlando Ledbetter, one of the more annoying NFL reporters, and basically like a Falcons rage baiting guy, wrote something that said that Kevin Stefanski was given a bad hand at quarterbacks when he was with the Browns. Baker saw that, and he was not very appreciative of that. With him tweeting, "Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach." As a person that likes Baker Mayfield, Mr. Mayfield, The last 10 weeks of the NFL season, you were playing like genuine butt juice. You fumbled, you blew the division. You were 6-2. You cannot be talking this up high and mighty. It will not work. We are gonna give you the beats now. Next season analysis. What do I think is gonna happen? Well, I don't think, unfortunately, Middy FC, I do not think we're gonna be able to talk shit next season. Penix is injured. I don't know when Penix is going to come back. I don't think he's going to be ready by week 1, so that kind of sucks. I don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback. I don't think Kirk is going to stay, which is very sad. I kind of like Kirk now. As much as Kirk kind of fucked over us last season by hiding an injury or whatever happened, Kirk Cousins really grew on me. I will miss you, Mr. Kirk. I have a lot of time to prepare for the Atlanta Falcons being butt. So I'm going into next season with no hope at all. That's the end of the video. If you liked the video, you could drop a like, comment, subscribe if you want. You could do whichever, all three, or do none of it because, yeah, bye.